All right, so then the next thing came out. Elias in the Dean Ambrose segment was a colossal waste of time. Just like it seemed like something you see like an indie show spot, you know.
Right. What did the girl come out for?
That's what she does.
Yeah. Well, then the girl,
Lacey Evans, she just comes out,
yeah, she
strolls up and down the ramp, and then goes back.
Right.
That's all.
That was
that's all
her
she's
spot
doing
on the show.
And real quick, the reports are that she's the next big chick that they want to push. She's like they were calling her like the next Charlotte. And this is kind of what they're doing with her to start. It seems a little, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like she came out, just came to the back. It was horrible, bro. It's a 3-hour show, and this is your next big chick, and you gave her like a 1.5-minute spot where she walks out during another segment and walks right to the back
with no rhyme or reason. Didn't get her over. Didn't get her.
Then Ambrose comes out, challenges. Ambrose comes out to challenge Drew McIntyre to an ODQ match during Elias's segment, I guess, is what it was. I don't know if they had announced
exactly what it was.
Yeah, so then like that ends, and then like the Riott Squad, their music hits, and I'm thinking the Riott Squad is going to come in and like beat on Elias, who just got laid out. Like they were going to do, I don't know what they were going to do, but then they went to commercial break. They were actually like starting.
No, and here's another thing.
Start the commercial break. Yeah.
And why was Dean Ambrose DDTing Elias?
Bro, this is what I'm
saying.
Is
Elias a heel or a baby? I mean, both those guys, it's getting confusing.
This is where you're watching a show like this, and literally 30 minutes in the show, I'm like, this is just a poorly written show.
It is.
Like they provided a lot of awkward scenes so far, and this is just the start of the show, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and like they've already done like it's been very awkward. Like it didn't even get off to a good start,
No.
So then Ronda and Natalya against Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan.
Because let me tell you what I thought real off the bat. First thing I thought is great news for Roman, right? Too long for me, all right?
Right.
Then I was like, can you already get to what we want to hear? That's like what I kept thinking.
Right.
And then the other thing was like, wow, what a colossal waste of Ricochet, who's an incredible talent. I think you've seen him in person, right, DI, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, incredible talent. That segment didn't mean shit, and you're burying the tag champs again. So I'm already like off to a bad start.
Right.
Then Elias.
Yeah, because that segment did. I didn't get out of that like, wow, look at Ricochet and Alice are back. Like, wow, they're burying the tag team titles again.
Yeah,
it didn't get me over. It's like, oh, well, why are you burying those guys? You know what I'm saying?
And then the Elias thing, I'm like, why did you have to DDT? Why is Elias always in bad feuds, stupid shit, corny shit? Huh?
They just used it for later on when he interfered in the match. But that's just like, this is like level 1 booking that's like so simplistic. There was no thought into this or anything at all, right?
Right.
So then Ronda and Natalya against Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. All right. I defy anybody to tell me I'm watching this match, and this is not me working my Impact gimmick. If that was 4 male wrestlers in that match, they would look like 4 people that were way too green for television and should not have been on TV. When I tell you these girls, when they try to do too much out there, they just look very, very green.
Right.
And like that's what I saw in this match. It was not.
And what's happening is that they're trying now to, and hey, cool. I can be entertained by a male or a female, so I don't give a shit. But they're trying to do all the stuff that got over the big stars, because this was definitely like reminded me so much of Austin, right? But you got to remember, bro, by the time Austin got there, he'd already been to WCW and ECW. He was already like a seasoned veteran. And he went in there and he knew how to do that shit, and that's why he got over, know? Yeah. And so you've got these girls that haven't been in the business that long, starting with Ronda, who I thought was kind of brutal on the mic when she was talking to Steph later on. But just like you said, it looked amateurish.
Right. And then when they throw strikes and they block them and like they duck the clotheslines, it's very, very, very green, And I'm saying, like, look, I'm looking at this. So you had Ricochet and Aleister Black beat what's-her-names in 2 minutes, okay? They took these 4 girls and put them out there for 11 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what if I get this women's revolution thing and something, but like I'm saying, I'm watching. So I'm just criticizing this from a writing standpoint. So far, this show has like got a lot of errors in it. You should have given a little bit more time to the tag match, less time to the women's match, and like you gave 5 times as much time to the women's match as did as the other. I just don't, I'm like, ugh, I didn't get it. Okay, Lynch coming out, whatever. And then her interview thing with Stephanie, Ronda's with Stephanie is like it's okay, but then Ronda kind of like
stammered.
Laid the stammered a little bit. It was just it's I don't know. There was they're not like I think what they're trying to get to. Their television they're writing is not coming across what their end goal is, You
know what happens with Rousey, bro, and again they just give her way too many lines, but I guess they're happy with it. And so the thing is, and they're probably just trial by fire. Don't worry, you're getting better. You're gonna get better. This is how everybody starts. But to put a person with that little experience in that spot, with Stephanie McMahon that's been doing it for years and years and years, and she almost comes up, and we say this all the time. We don't have a word for it yet, but it's almost like they're play acting because you're telling somebody to get into a character and they don't have the acting skills yet.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And they're not comfortable doing that character.
Right. And Rousey comes off very uncomfortable and trying to scowl and it's like
she sounds very like she's reading scripted lines. She doesn't not natural most of the time,
Yeah, she's not comfortable in that character yet. When she is, that will be something to see. All right, what was next?
So the Bliss has her the what's it called? A moment of bliss. Is that the name of her segment?
Moment of Bliss, yeah.
So you got this segment with Finn Balor, and
wasn't there one with Jinder Mahal before that?
Well, just a match where he calls out. So he challenges anybody from the back. Kurt Angle comes out, right? So it's just like
right. But what my point was, why was this match even made?
Just saying, it's another. It's
just a waste of time.
Waste of time. Okay, well, not waste of time. It's like they got to fill time. But they're not really they're wasting the time, by doing stuff like that. So then they have this spot with Bliss and Finn Balor, and it's starting to get interesting because Bliss is obviously hitting on him.
Right.
Okay, tell a chick, she's obviously trying. So then Leo Rush comes out.
Show me your abs and I'll show you, and then Leo Rush's music.
Right. Leo Rush, he comes out, but they have a back and forth that tells him to have a match, and then we have another awkward thing where Leo Rush goes, "Okay, well, hit my music."
Right?
It's like, bro, it's like the way they were transitioning from this to the match is just it's just very just very awkward again. So it's like we have other awkward moments here that just didn't really resonate very well. Finn Balor is supposed to was selling his knee the whole match, and still for a lot. And bro, this is where these guys just don't get. I'm sorry when his thing is the coup de grace off the top rope. But I know you need to do that. But unfortunately, with the finish, that's your finish. You would not be dumb enough to try that with a hurt knee. Okay? And they sold it like he went and gave the finish with the hurt knee. And it just didn't make, maybe I'm nitpicking too much. But that's just a move that's obvious. If you have a hurt knee, you're not going to try and climb on the top rope and stomp the guy with your knee hurting. Because you might buckle, you might blow your knee out.
I don't think that's a big deal because so many people nowadays wrestle with visible knee braces and they do so much shit that I don't think that's something that really comes into play that much.
My opinion, this is bad psychology. Okay, that's my opinion. Maybe I'm picking too much. All right.
Yeah.
Then Bobby Lashley and Braun. Let me see. So nothing else really. Just watch.
You know what I did notice in that match, how amazingly over Braun was a couple months ago compared to now.
Now I'm watching this and none of the people are over. You know what I'm saying? None of the people are really over like they should be. Bayley and Nia Jax was not good. Like I said, they're giving bro. I'm telling you, this women's revolution stuff, and they're just Nia Jax was the best spot from the Royal Rumble, right?
Right.
Now she's taking 9 minutes and she's getting beat by Bayley in 9 minutes. What?
I think she's getting too.
I just do not. Like I said, I tweeted this. I was like, Raw takes place in some bizarre reality that I can't understand. You know how you have your universe that you create on your show? It's like the Raw universe they've created on the show. When I'm watching this thing in real time from start to finish, I'm just completely confused. Okay, and I just don't know exactly. I'm confused from a standpoint of when somebody's watching critically, from a writing standpoint, booking standpoint. I'm they've created a very weird universe on this show that they kind of go in and out of. And it's just it's whatever works, and for them, it's just what it comes across as. It's like a show that has 20 writers, and you're getting 20 different types of 20 different Things
Yeah,
happen
but
on
there's
the
a
show.
lead. There's
Really-
like a
really
lead
make-
writer that has to make the final decision of what goes on the air, and they've been doing this for years. They should know that. I just can't not understand what's going on over there.
Well,
Right.
you remember it was the first night that Bruce Pritchard was in too. Although I did hear that he has been consulting since January, so
Right.
he should be up to date and everything and up to par with everything that they've got going on. But that was
Well,
his
there's
first night
nothing on
backstage.
this show that I
seem
think
different.
Pritchard. It's the same fucking show with
Yeah.
the same
Right.
fucking problems. I don't see his fingerprints at all anywhere. I'm not sure that I'd be able to tell, but maybe they went more old school. I don't know. I don't know how I would be able to tell, but.
And no, it was not a good show in my opinion. But I did like the angle at the end. But Tisa
Right.
looks like a star. You know,
Right.
Tisa
Right.
looks like a star, and he is a star. He's a Marvel. That's weird too. He's like in the Marvel comics, and like they're booking him as like the big heel.
Right.
You know,
Because I think last time he wanted to come back as a heel, and then they turned him face or something like that.